This week, my goal was to improve my micro pullback setups using the 10-second chart. Let's check in today and see how I did on that goal. All right, what is a micro pullback? It is a temporary pullback in price during an upward trend where it pulls back a little bit and it keeps going higher. This is a shorter pullback than a bull flag pullback, and it could even be within one candle. Okay, it can be very brief. So, let's take a look at today's trades. So I'm going to pull up my Trader View, which is the app that I use to analyze my trades. If you're a beginner trader, you should really be analyzing your trades. However, you don't have to pay for that, okay? You can track your trades in a Google spreadsheet. But if you are interested in something like Trader View, I am an affiliate. You can click on the link in my description. Okay, so my first two trades were red. And my first trade is notable. This is not related to the micro pullbacks, but I just want to share this, that it was a perfect bull flag pullback. And I got in at the right time. But the price dropped. It didn't hit my stop, but I panic sold because I had a red day yesterday and I just panic sold. If I had held it, it would have gone up easily 20-30 cents a share. Let's see. Wow, I could have really cleaned up on this. So I lost money because I panic sold. So panicking can work both ways. I have held too long. Now I seem to have the opposite problem. I fixed that problem. That was my goal 2 weeks ago. I fixed that problem. I am no longer holding and praying and doing magic over my trades, hoping that they'll come back. But this time I sold too soon. So that is a potential bottleneck in my trading. However, my second trade was a micro pullback. It just went the other way. It flushed down. I think I had a good entry on that. My next four trades. So after these first two trades, I was considering, I was getting nervous because I was getting close to my max daily loss of $150. And I set that amount because my logic was, when I set that yesterday, my logic was I need to have a max daily loss so that when the pattern day trader rule is changed, I don't start over trading. And I set that amount because generally I trade with 500 shares and I set a 10-cent stop. So if I had 3 red trades in a row and I lost $50 in each trade, I would be done. So that was kind of my logic. Or if I had one catastrophic loss, it would prevent me from revenge trading. Okay. So that was my thought process. So after the first two trades, I was getting nervous, but I shook it off. Okay. I shook it off and I got back in the game and I had a beautiful micro pullback on MYSE on the third one. Okay. And I did trade off the 10-second chart. I don't have a 10-second chart in Trader View. I'll have to start taking screenshots. But if you're interested in watching these trades live, where I do have the 10-second chart up on my screen, you can watch my live stream from today. Okay. That will be that's on my channel already. Then I took a bull flag pullback, and again, I felt like I hit this pretty well. Okay, it started to pull back, it popped up. I got in, I think I got in, I was waiting for confirmation on this volume candle. I got in and got out right away. Okay, beautiful. And then I had 2 more micro pullbacks. Now these were on ONFO. And on this one, the first one, I got in too high. Okay. I got in too high and so I was only able to get about 1 cent a profit. I probably could have held on a little bit longer, but I just wanted to get green. I really didn't want to lose the green edge that I had from today. And then my last one was actually a dip after a halt. And I just got 15 cents. I mean, $15, which is 1.5 cents per share. So those were two little scalp trades at the end, but that added $27.55 onto my total. And I am happy about that because I am now green on the day. I am green on the week and green on the month. And I am very excited about it, but I'm most excited about my progress today. I'm most excited about the fact that I worked on my micro pullbacks and I continue to trade off the 10-second chart. And I feel like I'm just starting to see what it looks like. There are 6 10-second candles in every 1-minute candle. So I'm really starting to, my eye is getting used to the multi-time frame alignment between those two charts. And I'm really starting to see the relationship between them. Okay, so am I improving? Let's take a look. Okay, well, Monday, there were no micro pullbacks. I didn't have an opportunity to get a micro pullback that day. Let's see. Let's look day by day. So Tuesday, let's just take out the bull flag pullbacks. Let's just look at the micro pullback. Okay. So on Tuesday, I took 6 micro pullbacks and I got $74. Okay, on Wednesday, let's look for Wednesday. Wednesday, I had 6 micro pullbacks and I made $102 on those micro pullbacks. Now, I had a red day yesterday, but we're talking about just the micro pullback. So there was definitely improvement from Tuesday to Wednesday. For the same number of trades, I had a higher profit margin. And then let's look at today. Whoops. Okay, so today I only took 4 trades and I made $81.65. So let me take, so that would be about, let's see, $81.65 divided by 4 is $20. An average of $20 per trade on my micro pullbacks. Yesterday, I had I made $102.55, but I had 6 micro pullbacks. So I only made $17 per micro pullback average on Wednesday. And let's go back to Tuesday. Sorry, I probably should have done this beforehand. Okay, and it's about the same. Oh, and so on Tuesday, I only made $74.09, but I had 6 micro pullbacks. Okay, I am improving. Tuesday, I made $12 per micro pullback trade. Yesterday, I made more than that. And then today I made, or like, it was like $17 per micro pullback. And today I made $20 per micro pullback. So I am improving each day in terms of, I think I'm improving on my entries because I did suspect that I was getting in too late a couple of days ago. So I think I'm improving on my entries, which is allowing me to get more profit in the trade. And maybe my eye is getting used to the micro pullbacks on the 10-second chart. So that is great. You know, I'm a new trader. I'm a beginner trader. And one of the things I really, really want you to take away from this video is, of course, my number one priority is to get green because my number one goal is to make money, right? Most important thing. However, my secondary goal, which is also very important, is to improve incrementally every single day. And part of that is tracking my trades, okay, analyzing my trades. And I have a weekly goal that I track over on Substack as well, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, where I do a deeper dive into that weekly goal. And I was so nervous on Monday because I had no micro pullbacks. And I thought, maybe this was a stupid goal because if I don't have any micro pullbacks this week, what am I going to talk about, right? at the very least, I was going to just keep watching the 10-second chart and get used to it. But I have had plenty of micro pullbacks, and I'm definitely showing improvement in the short term. Will this be sustainable long term? I don't know. I don't think I have enough data yet. However, tomorrow, after tomorrow's trading session, I will do another recap, and I will also post over on Substack and report with deeper data how I did on that goal. In any case, I do think if I look at my whole week, so over the course of the whole week, I took 16 micro pullback trades. So actually, I'm going to go here and I'm going to remove this tag so it will show me all of my trades. Now, I had this one no setup trade yesterday, so embarrassing. That was my revenge trade. Okay, this right here that says no setup, that was my revenge trade. I was just so mad. Luckily, I only lost $8 on that, but it just increased my red day. I think I was down 18 bucks yesterday. I know these are small numbers, but this is what it's like being a new trader. Okay, I've had months where I did much better. So you can see here that well, it's kind of ironic because I was saying I was so proud of my bull flag pullback, saying that's my bread and butter. However, this week I did much better on the micro pullbacks. Now, is that because I was over focused on the micro pullbacks, or is that just would have happened anyway with my bull flag pullbacks? And and then, so who knows? However, you can see that I actually did more micro pullbacks. There was one other thing that happened today that I felt like was really, really noteworthy. So yesterday there were a couple of there was at least one trade that I clicked, and actually, let me show you. All right, so when I trade in Thinkorswim, and this is what happened yesterday. I clicked buy ask. My order went on the bid. Okay, I don't know why it went on the bid, but I was trying to buy on the ask because I want to buy an order on the ask. Well, anyway, it went on the bid, so it missed my order, and then I canceled. So I clicked buy ask, it missed my order. I clicked cancel all, and then I immediately clicked buy ask again. So I wasn't really thinking it through. I was just frustrated that my order didn't get filled, and I canceled and clicked again. But when I did that, I got in way too high. And then that one flushed down, so I lost on that. So today I caught myself twice. I clicked buy on the ask to get in on a stock, and I'm not sure, I don't remember which one it was, but I did this twice. My order didn't get filled. I canceled the order, and I did not compulsively click buy ask again. I waited to look and see if I missed the opportunity to get in. Maybe I missed the entry. Or two, did I still have an opportunity to get in on a good setup? So I'm really proud of myself for that. I feel like that is also an improvement. Okay, so lessons for beginners. I'm a beginner, and this channel is really geared towards beginners. Okay, I love trading. It's super fun, and I want you guys to come along and learn with me. One thing that I think happened because I was so focused on the micro pullbacks is that my bull flag pullback suffered a little bit this week, and I think that is okay. It is very difficult to put equal focus on everything at the same time, and I think when you're learning something new and you're putting your attention on something new, you're naturally going to put less attention on other things. That's okay. Second, losing trades are practice reps, not failures. They're lessons, okay? Losing trades are lessons. They're tough lessons, and they don't feel great, but they're lessons, okay? And the third thing that I want you to take away is that you should enter at the price you want to enter. And if it doesn't catch your order, no trade. Okay. The same thing is like when you get a loss, right? Revenge trading never works out well. I had a revenge trade yesterday, and I really am happy and pleased with myself that I did not revenge trade again today. All right, so let's talk about tomorrow is the last trading day of the week. I will be going live tomorrow from 7 to 10 a.m. And next week I'm going to be traveling, and so my live streaming might be on a different schedule. We'll see how it goes. I've traded on vacation, but I've never live streamed on vacation. So we're going to see how it goes next week. But in the meantime, I will see you tomorrow and trade smart.